What's up, guys? I'm actually filming this intro like halfway through this project before I forget to make one. So as you know, I have a 2010 Mini Cooper S. It's been neglected. It's low mileage. It's only got 45,000 miles on it. It sat for a few years. Why, I don't know, but it did. It wasn't ragged out, but it wasn't maintained well. So in this video today, I've already spent about 10 hours on the exterior. Between the headlights, rims, plastic molding, stripe removal, paint correction, and cleaning all of the emblems and little nooks and crannies all the way around it. And a couple very good tips for you guys as far as getting tar off rims and removing the stripes. You're gonna shit when you see how easy it is to take off the stripes. It's pretty cool. So I got one side kind of going. I wanted to start on one side to get a really good streamlined approach. So I'll do the other side. I'll film it with you guys and you'll see a much better process. See, I'm trying to get this thing to pretty much showroom condition. I'm going to replace the stripes with better stripes and do some other fun graphics too. And then once the exterior is wrapped up back to near perfect condition, we'll work on the interior. My goal for this car is to get it looking like brand new. I'm gonna do a couple little things, little mods to it on the exterior. Nothing too crazy. Throw some tint on, some fun graphics. Maybe some John Cooper Works rims in the future. I like those a lot better than the flower looking ones I have. Probably a Borla exhaust and a good intake, maybe a tune, and it'll be my daily driver will be done. It's such a fun little car. I'm having so much fun just playing with it. So let's go out to the garage and get you caught up what's going on and show you what I'm doing, and I'll take you guys through the rest of the process of getting this thing back to showroom condition. Let's go. All right, out here at the car now. The rims need some love. I did wash this about a month ago when I got it. You'll see when I get all the brake dust off that there's some tar, and I got a really ingenious way to get the tar off, and you guys will like it. I already blasted off the stripes on the front and then the stripes in the rear. I'll show you how I do it momentarily. It's pretty freaking cool. And I'm gonna take off to this side. The wheels already got squared away, and the trim too. I'm gonna do a little better. So I'm gonna get these rims knocked out, clean them really good, and then take them off, do the barrel of the rim, as well as all the suspension components. And then we will blast off the stripe, work on the headlights, do the trim, nice one over, polish, boom, done. All right, let's get going. I picked up this cheap aluminum wheel cleaner. It was like $4 at Advance. It was on clearance. I mean, let's be real. You do most of the work when you clean your rims. It says it does it for you. You gotta scrub. So I'm gonna go and get these cleaned off, and then we'll get to work getting the tar off. All right, we'll let that sit for about 30 seconds, and then we'll agitate and blast it off. I like to get the tires too while I'm here. This side's not as bad as the other side, but you can see all the tar. That's not going anywhere. Drives me insane. All right, let's get this blasted off. All right, front one next. Don't take the rims off, do the inside. All right, this one's sprayed, doing its thing. Back in a second. Okay, yeah, this one's got quite a bit of tar. So we're gonna go ahead and remedy that next. All right, now this method, I don't recommend it for paint, but for polished aluminum wheels, it works just fine. It's not too abrasive. Pretty much, yeah, WD-40. We're gonna spray the trouble areas, let it sit for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back with a Scotch-Brite. I like to soak this in a little bit of WD-40 as well. And we're just gonna agitate one little section at a time, and it'll come off a little time consuming, but it works just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Got all the spots sprayed. Got this little bit of lubricant in here as well, and I'll show you guys how it works. I was trying all kinds of stuff before I just tried the WD. And I was like, whoa, pretty easy. Like I said, it takes a little bit of effort, but it's not bad. It's time consuming, if anything, you know. So there you have it. Got 30 seconds per wheel area. I'm gonna go ahead and do all the way around both sides, and we'll get to the inside of the rim and suspension. All right, pulling the valve stem's a little tricky. Takes a little more patience, but they're very doable. All right, just like that, our tar problem has been eradicated. I missed the spot right there. Let me stop lying to you and get that real quick. All right, there we go. But now there's a bunch of lubricant all over it. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it again. Some wheel cleaner, and then we're ready to do the back real quick, and then the inside of the suspension, etc. All right, it's not terrible in there, honestly. I'm gonna give it a good one over and get the brakes are brand new. Let's put those on. So let's get the inside of the rim here done. And this is not necessary to do at all. I just like doing it because I'm autistic or something. Let that sit for a minute, and then we're gonna spray the inside of the suspension area. Some simple green. Overall, not too bad in here though. Again, none of this is necessary. I'm just being extra. You're gonna be on the internet now. It's too late. Hey buddy.
I want to do an episode on how to replace the brake lines on a 2006 Chevy Tahoe with the brake.
Oh, that sounds stupid. I don't want to do that at all. Yeah, stuff's really on there, huh? Yeah, these things have never been loved, ever. Alright. That's as good as we're gonna get this situation. Go ahead and get her sprayed back off and back on the car. Alright, all 4 rims are squared away. They look pretty much brand new. Happy with those. Alright, the next is the fun one. I did the hood stripes already, and I wish I filmed it because it's so gratifying. But I left the back ones to film today. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I have this super cheap 1600 PSI electric pressure washer with a little swivel tip, and it eats right through the decal. Hopefully it works on the back too, so we'll see. Here we go. So of course all of it when I'm filming came off really well, except this little part up here. But I've noticed if you kind of score it, I kind of try to mess it up a little bit, get a little finger on it, it'll eat it and take it right off. Let's try that. All right, so there you go. Pretty effortless with your little power washer. The only downside of doing this is you get little white flakes everywhere. But they're easy enough to clean up. Just kind of power wash them to your neighbor's yard. All right, now we're gonna give it a quick, decent wash all over. We'll address the front headlights and do the trim, emblems, and we can buff and polish it. All right, just with the rims totally corrected, stripes off, and a quick wash, it looks a lot better. So let's go and get this thing dried off. The headlights look good from here, but up close there's a lot of fogginess going on. We'll adjust the trim, and then we'll yeah, tackle that paint. All right, now we're gonna address some of the little things. This headlight's not too bad. You can tell it's a little foggy though. I got some Plastic X here from Meguiar's. Works pretty well. It works like a wax. You're gonna put it on in a somewhat aggressive motion. Let it sit for a couple minutes, haze over, and we're gonna buff it off. So let's go ahead and do that now. And they're not in bad shape, but it helps, you know. All right, that'll work. Nice circular motion. All right, let's go ahead and get it off there. All right, to me that looks freaking brand new. That one I did yesterday. Looks pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and hit every piece of trim plastic on this with some trim and plastic restore. This stuff's pretty good. So let's jump into that. All right, like I said, I'm gonna hit every piece of plastic from here to the cowl up here, behind here, the trim around here. This stuff's super easy to work with. Give it a little shake. Put it on your applicator, like so. Give it a couple dabs, and just follow the outline of the trim. This stuff's pretty forgiving. Keep it off the paint best you can, and then just add a little bit where you see fit. And it has a pretty good hydrophobic quality to it as well. It'll stay on there for some time. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit every piece of plastic on this car. I'll be back in a minute. All right, I got every piece of plastic imaginable covered in a protectant. The last thing I'm gonna do before I start buffing and polishing is all the little things you don't really think about. And I got some stuff I gotta take off too. Some of the plastic stuff got on the paint. So I'm gonna go around, get all the little trim, really buff it out, get all the water spots out, inside the gas cap, all the little things you don't really think about. Maybe with some Windex, we'll hit it, get it all looking good. So I'm gonna get all the little last minute things done, and then we're ready, finally, to get this thing polished. All right, got all the little things are pretty much squared away now. It's amazing the little details, how much it makes the rest of the car pop, you know. All right, we're ready to get this thing in the garage. All right, so I got in the garage here. Got the rim squared away, headlights squared away, stripes are off. Quick once over wash deal. But you can see, I hope you guys can see, there's still some evidence of where the stripes were. Some, I don't know if it's scratches, but I gotta give this car a really thorough clay bar now, and then I'm gonna polish the hell out of the whole damn thing. And then we'll be ready in a couple weeks for graphics. But this will give us a really good baseline and get this thing back to pretty much showroom type condition. The swirls aren't terrible in the paint. They're not great though. I've seen worse, and we will see what we can do with my buffers, some compound, some polish. But first things first, let's go ahead and clay bar this hood. We'll start with the hood and work our way around up to the top. All right, let's get to it. When I bought this today, I was gonna buy some new clay bars, and I saw this. It's good for 20 vehicles, so we'll see. If it makes it through 3 whole vehicles, I'll be impressed. So it works just like normal clay. You use a lubricant such as this. I found this. It looks like it'll work just fine. You're gonna spray it, and you're gonna run it across in a linear motion until it's nice and smooth. So let's go ahead and get this hood knocked out. And we're just working in little 2x2 sections, if you will. I haven't used this before, so bear with me. It feels good in the hand, ergonomically. It feels nice. We'll see how it does. Not sponsored anyway, by the way. Now, when I work with clay, I can tell when it's good. I really can't tell with this. I know it's doing something, but I'll go ahead and dry this off and see how it is. I think it's effective. I think it worked. That feels really good. Okay, so it's definitely effective. Did its job. All right, so I'm gonna shut up here, finish the rest, then we'll get on to polishing and try to get those scratches and stripe marks out with the hood. All right, it's definitely catching a lot of adhesive or glue that was on there, which is good. Make sure you keep your clay bar, whatever type you're using, lubricated. All right, so I got this side done. You can definitely see a huge improvement. What I thought were scratches are pretty much gone, which is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish the left side, one more good quick over, and we'll get to polishing. I know I said 2x2 sections, but this car is so teeny, you forget how small it is. I'm used to working on much larger cars, so it's kind of easy to zone it, if you will. All right, let's go ahead and get this buffed off, dried off. The hood's a little warm. I drove it a little bit ago. I feel like right here where it's really warm, the turbo is. It's having a hard time kind of sticking to it. Should be okay. Yeah, see there? Whatever that clay is on there kind of sticks to it. A little more effort and it comes off, just kind of annoying. Yeah, see that? It leaves like a weird little pattern. Okay. Looks pretty good. Hood's all clay barred. It is extremely smooth. It feels really good. But you can still see a little bit. I hope you guys can see it on camera. Where the stripes used to be. Oh, it's picking it up. But let's go ahead and switch into polishing mode. Be right back. All right, in case you're curious, this is what I'm gonna be polishing the car with today. I got a rubbing compound. Kind of not too aggressive, but a little bit aggressive on the clear coat, a finishing compound. And I'll be using two different types of bonnets for my little oscillating deal. I picked this up for like 25 bucks at, I think Advanced Auto Parts. It works. So yeah, we're gonna be starting with this pad with kind of the aggressive, and then we'll finish it with the finishing compound with the wool pad up there I bought today. So let's go ahead and get started. And to do this is pretty easy. Put a couple little dabs on your pad there, nothing too crazy. We're gonna do 2x2 sections. We're gonna go over it a few times for probably about each section for maybe 5 minutes. Let it sit, and then we'll buff it out with a towel. Go to the next section. All right, here we go. Trying to stay out of the light here for you guys. Okay. I should have taped the trim, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. But I just got to be cognizant of that. Yeah, black plastic trim and waxing or polishing does not mix. And we're gonna stay in a section this size for roughly 5 minutes. A little bit of pressure on it, not too extreme, just enough to get a little bit of cutting action. You'll know when to stop when the compound gets a little tacky. And then you're gonna let it sit, and then we're gonna buff it out with a clean towel. All right, that's it for a second. Go ahead and buff it off. All right, I'm just taking a clean towel and getting it all off. And the sections you're gonna do, you want them to overlap just a little bit. That's okay. The lighting in my garage sucks, guys, and I apologize. All right, I don't know if you can see the difference. Right there, right there. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and continue down here. Then I'll do this section, one piece. Boom, boom. All right, as you can see, where I just polished, a little hazy. Go ahead and get that off, and then we'll do the trouble section, which is the where the stripes were. All right, it's getting there. I might need to do a couple more passes with a more aggressive pad. It's working, but I still see swirls and it bothers me. But for now, let's focus on the middle here and get any evidence of stripes gone. I went ahead and switched over to a wool pad just to really get it in there. See if there's any kind of noticeable results with that. All right, let me go ahead and buff this off. All right, looking pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. You really can't see where the stripes were. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this last little section. We'll come back and we'll do the finishing polish. And the hood, for right now, should be good. And then we'll steamroll our way through the rest of the car. Cool. All right, here we go. This is one pass with the polish with the more aggressive. Now I'm gonna do exactly the same thing, just with the finishing polish. I'm not gonna bore you with that, but I'm gonna do that real quick, and I will come back and show you the results of that. And that is the same process of the other compound. All right, and second coat of polishing is done. There is still some very slight evidence of color of discoloration. I think it's just paint fade, nothing I can really do about that. But it's very, very, very minimal. I think I can live with that. So yeah, the hood's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead, do the top, and then the top and the rest of it, I will do it at a much quicker pace, not to bore you. And then once I get the graphics on, then I'll do a proper top coat, ceramic, etc. All right, we got a lot of work to do. Let's get to it. All right, here we are, back of the vehicle. So I got the front hood, or bonnet, depending where you're watching this, the top done. I'm gonna do the back for you guys, where the stripes are. Probably was like a decal or sticker here. I'll get that off. I'll do the sides. I won't film that because it's pretty monotonous. And then I'll do all the final dressing stuff, tire wet, etc. Windows really cleaned. And then I'll do reveal. Yeah, the exterior should be prepped and ready for graphics soon. And then I gotta do the interior in a couple weeks. I'm waiting on little replacement parts for a couple little knobs and stuff. And then this thing should be pretty much back to factory condition. So let's go ahead and get this thing clay barred back here, shall we? And you remember, right? So I'm just gonna do this section, then I'll do up here. I'm not doing the door jambs, etc. in this video, because I'm gonna save that for interior detailing. But don't worry, I have not forgotten about it. Damn, this is really hard back here. Jeez Louise. Maybe I'm just got little weak little bitch arms, I don't know. Okay, we'll go ahead and get all this buffed off real quick. All right, got this section clay barred. It really helped with this adhesive down here. Looks pretty good here. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this done, and then we'll buff it. Yeah, all the non-sticker areas, it works really well. Just going over adhesive, it's very effective. It's just takes a lot of muscle. Just a heads up. All right, let me go ahead and get this squared away. Be right back. All right, this whole back section is clay barred, ready to be polished. Let's hit it. We'll be starting with the clean cut. Couple passes, then we'll do the finishing polish, and we should be good. All right, still using the same compound, and it's still on there. I'm gonna switch over to the cotton bonnet for a little better cutting action. There we go. All right, buff this off with a towel, and we'll do the top there. All right, well, I'm an idiot. What I thought was recording, doing the final pass with the finishing polish, was not recording. So I got it on there. I'm gonna go ahead and buff it off with a towel, and this back end should be squared away. And then the next part here is gonna be the reveal. And it should look pretty damn good. I'm gonna say it's 97.3% back to its original showroom condition. All right, so there you have it, guys. Roughly 24 hours of effort The most time consuming being taking the wheels off and trying to remedy where the stripes were. I did end up going back over this one more time. It rained last night, so there's water spots, but I'm not gonna wash it again. But yeah, you really can't see any evidence of stripes at all, and I'm very happy with that. So yeah, I think I got a really good baseline on this thing. So we're gonna do some mirror caps, some kind of new stripes. I do want to do something right here. I see a lot of fun graphics online, and then maybe a fun graphic for the top on the panoramic roof. We'll see. The rims turned out great. They look brand new. So feel free to ask questions about this little process, and hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time for some fun Corvette Mini Cooper content. There you go.